In today's video, I'm going to be back in realistic car driving with the Mitsubishi Evo X, and we're going to be taking this thing on the track for a challenge. Now, if you're new to my channel and don't know the rules, pretty much we can't crash this thing and we can't spin it out. Should be pretty simple, but I'm going to be taking you guys along as the ride along. So let's launch this thing in 3, 2, 1, blast off. Amazing acceleration there, love this thing. Now this thing, let's just be honest, I'm very happy to be in a car now based on my previous experience I had with taking a bike on the track that went wrong in many ways. But I'm very happy to be in a car and not a crazy fast car, like just a normal car that you'd probably see on the road. I'm very happy. It's not a hypercar, it's not a supercar, it's nothing crazy. So I'm expecting this thing to handle relatively well. I'm not expecting to crash this thing because it's not crazy fast and it's not crazily uncontrollable. And I feel like Mitsubishi overall is meant for like handling. They're like rally cars and all of that stuff, so I don't have any fears or many doubts with this thing. I mean, anything is possible. We still can have a mishap and crash, but it's very unlikely as long as we don't do something stupid. Because this thing, as I said, it's not crazily, it's tuned and all of that stuff, but it's still not gonna handle like how hypercars would handle and give you so many challenges and stuff like that. It's a very simple car, and I feel like it's meant for taking turns and stuff like that. I feel like it's a track car. I would say it can be classified as a track car. Like, as you can see, this thing, it's fast, it's not the fastest, but it's there, it has the speed, it's not too fast, it's not too slow, it's just balanced, so it's perfect. And the handling is, well, the handling is like, you can't really ask for more than this handling. Like, even though it does seem unstable at times because we're trying to push it more than we should, but it does take the turn relatively well. I got some oversteer and some understeer, but that's mainly because of my driver errors, like I'm braking at the wrong point. So as long as I stop doing that stupid stuff, we should be good. But as I said, I don't expect this thing to give me that much problems in making it through the lap in one piece. So far we're doing pretty well. I haven't seen any major oversteer, any major understeer. I did see it start to slip out, but we're able to control it very well. So far this is just fun. I feel like this is just a nice fun car that's kind of meant for this. It's peaceful. Like, I don't have to be worried about going too crazily fast, and I don't have to be worried about it just starting to go sideways for no reason. So I feel like this is the perfect car for this. But if we're like doing a like competitive race or like up against supercar, hypercars, we'd be very upset right now because we'd be left in the dust pretty much. But if we're going up against like normal cars, like maybe the Sylvia in this game, or like cars that are in this cars class, then we won't have any problems. But we're trying to go up against like McLarens and Bugattis and all that stuff. We'll be having some major problems right now keeping up. But this thing is very nice to drive. I mean, it's very peaceful. Like, most of the time I'm driving on this track, I'm either in a very fast car or a real drive car, and I'm all over the place. Now I'm just pretty much just cruising through the track, taking the turns just like perfect. Like, I don't see any oversteer, any understeer, any like tire here, any tire screech, or anything like that. We just take the turns in a nice, calm manner, like you're driving in luxury while going pretty fast. Not the fastest you can go, but you're still going pretty fast. But it just makes the ride so smooth. Like, I haven't seen anything to make me like say like this thing is not good at handling. Like, it's just handling the turns very well, it's putting down the acceleration very well, and all of that stuff. Look at that. Hearing some tires screeching, but it still takes the turn very well. Like, this thing is just meant for stuff like this. As I said, like, I don't have any doubt in this thing failing the challenge. If we do fail, it's because of my driving. I don't think the car would fail like this challenge on its own. It would be me like do something wrong, like give it gas at the wrong time, brake too late or something like that to make this thing fail, or my game lags and I crash. That's definitely possible. Out of all the options that I list, I think the game lagging and me crashing is the most possible. Because I'm not gonna say I'm a okay driver. I'm not gonna say I'm the best in the world or in the game or anything like that. I'm gonna say I'm pretty good at driving. I only failed 2 cars so far, or 3, I think. I know 2 for certain, but I feel like there's a car that I can't remember if I did hit the rail or we got super close to the rail with it. But so far, this thing is doing pretty well. Let's get a little third-person action. Love the sound of this thing. Oh my, the way it like hooked up in the turn there, it just turns super sharp. Wow. Brake a little. Yeah, when you turn this thing, like if you hold it, the turn, like ARS for super long, it just snaps in the direction you're trying to go. Like you don't want to hold it, because that's what I did there, and you could see the car just like snap. It had an instant change of direction, like no delay, nothing. It just pretty much just snapped to the left. That was that can be very bad if you don't want it to. Just like that almost was very bad right there. As you can see, the car tried to snap in the direction that we were turning. I think it's we got to turn down something. I think it turns too sharp. It's not really a major issue, but it can become one if you're not trying to turn too hard. You want it to be balanced. You want it to be responsive, the steering to be responsive, but not too responsive to the point where when you turn, it's gonna snap you in the direction you're trying to go. It might help at times, but I feel like it's a bigger disadvantage than an advantage, depending on the circumstances. But so far we're doing pretty well. We're actually above. And now I'm not really surprised with the time that we're at right now, because as I said, this thing is not fast. Like I'm really used to driving like super fast cars on the track, because I usually take like the fastest car that I have on the track most of the times. So driving like I'd call this like a normal car, like something that you would see. It's not very rare both in the game and in real life, and it's not very expensive in the game, so you definitely see players are, I think a lot of players have this car. So I'm not gonna call this like a hyper or super car, but I'm gonna say a normal car, not in a bad way, like something that you definitely see a lot. So I'm gonna say that this thing is a normal car to me. I feel like there's a better word for me to like say, but I can't remember it. But this thing is not crazily fast, so I'm not expecting this thing to like get some like 6-minute time. Yeah, not 6 minutes, 6 hours, and all of that stuff, because it's not the fastest in the game. But in terms of handling, this thing is definitely one of the best handling cars in the game. I'm trying to hug the apex there, but I couldn't really, but I think we were turning too sharp. Like as I said before, this thing has the tendency to just snap into the turns. See if I can demonstrate that. Yeah, like I feel like if it does snap into a turn, it can pretty much turn into oversteer pretty quick. We're gonna start counter steering very fast. But so far this thing is doing pretty well. I don't see it giving me any major challenges, except for that little when I turn like hard, it snaps in the direction. That just shows you how much grip it has. For it to be able to snap so quick, especially at certain speed, is insane. As you can see there, it pretty much just snaps into the turn, and all the turns pretty much just push it into that direction. But there were times where I said that it could be very bad, or it could become very dangerous, especially if we're not able to catch it back with a counter steer, where we would have probably failed the challenge already. Oh bro, like the way this thing just snaps is insane. It's good, but I feel like it can be, our things can go sideways very quick if you're not careful. But knowing how the car is going to react when you start turning is definitely very important. Like, because I know that it's gonna snap, I don't hold the key that long or try to ease up as soon as I see the car like start snapping, because the rotation on this thing is absolutely crazy. Like you can come into a turn, start turning, you can see like the whole front of the car just wants to go in the direction the tire is pointing, like rapidly, like instantly. Like as soon as I turn, the whole car is like trying to change its direction. It starts with the front, then the back starts to follow. I mean, that's how a car should turn, but you don't want that to be that aggressive to the point where it just snaps in. Oh my, it's very, very risky. It's fun, but it's also risky if you're not careful. If I wasn't doing the challenge, I'll show you guys how risky it was by just like letting the car snap super hard, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not risking failing this car right now. There's no way I'm doing that. Yeah, you can see it there. I tried to demonstrate a little. I didn't overdo it though, because I don't want to crash the thing I said, but you can see the way how it snaps in instantly. Yeah, you can see it's very risky to do that with it. The last turn I might risk it a little. Okay, we're good. I can say the Mitsubishi Evo successfully passed the challenge. I'm very proud of this thing. Very, very proud. I love this thing. I don't really drive it that much in the game, but it's definitely a nice car. Like if the game had a rally, I wouldn't really say rally track, but like a bit where you could go where it has dirt roads and stuff like this and all of that stuff, I would definitely take this thing on that part. This would be the first car that I would take if the game does add a map or like extends part one of the maps and add something like that in it. I'll definitely take this thing on, because as I said, I feel like these cars are like meant for rally and that stuff. And the way this thing snaps into the turns is insane. Like I feel like if we hit a jump where all tires are off the ground, and then when they're like regain contact with the ground, it would just snap in the direction it's turned, which is pretty much crazy. I'm not gonna change it because I do like when the car snaps, but I gotta be very careful. That's the only downside. You don't want it to snap too aggressively at the wrong time. But now I'm gonna show you guys the setup real quick. So for the alignment, this is how I have it. The suspension, stiffness, the rear, the damping, the rear, height offset pretty much stock, wheel offset, the rear wheel offset, differential, torque vector, front diff power, front diff coast, front diff preload, rear diff power, rear diff coast, rear diff preload, and the steering. That's how I have it. If I went too fast, you can slow it down or pause the video. But I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you found it helpful. Peace out.